Hello and welcome back to Jack Knives Reviews. I'm of course your host, Jack Knives. It is the month of February, which doesn't really mean a lot to me, but it does to a lot of people. It's the month of love, the month of romance, the month of chocolate? It's the month where we all put our hearts out on our sleeves, or in my case, a severed heart in my breast pocket. In the previous years, I've done top 5 dark romance movies where I kind of look deeper into dark romantic movies and kind of dissect them in a way that doesn't give away anything, but it also allows you to see the darkness within. But I figure this year, why not try something different? Why not let the light in, as it were? Why not show some sort of, I don't know, bright things in this season? So that's what I plan to do. I'm going to change up things a little bit and focus on the other aspects of romance, but I think I should get a little more into the season. There we go. So let's start this season out with a schmaltzy, randomly picked movie. Alan and Nina are a couple who recently broke up. Through random coincidence, they both decide to show up at the same bar that they used to regular all the time. There they begin to argue and bicker over who should and who shouldn't be allowed to go back to this bar. Fueled on by the bar employees, the only way that they can decide on who gets to stay and who gets to leave is a series of randomly selected bar games. As the drinks, competition, and night rolls on, the memories of their relationship start flooding back to them, and they try to figure out where it all went wrong. Have you ever seen a movie where you kind of expect what it's going to be about just based off of the premise, based off of the plot, based off of just the picture? Yeah, I really thought that was this kind of movie, but even the advertising doesn't really do, I can't even say do it justice, because it doesn't really do much. It's kind of just there, to be honest. It's not a bad movie. It's not really even a good movie either. It's so weird. I mean, this was marketed as a romantic comedy. The only real reason I actually was somewhat interested in is because Melissa Ferrero from Brooklyn Nine-Nine stars as one of the main protagonists. But, you know, I went in with this kind of expectation, I guess, of just, hey, this is going to be cheesy. You know, at best, I'll get a giggle. There's a lot of, like, moments where the tone all over the place. It's like trying to be serious, and yet trying to be funny, and yet trying to be adult, but childlike. It's all over the place. This whole movie is really just, like, all over the place. I can't really explain it. It's basically like if someone took... Imagine you went to a restaurant and you got a sampler platter, and you're just like, okay, well, you know, hey, we're just going to get these sampler platters, you know, just, we get these 3 appetizers. Okay, that's what you're expecting. But then what they don't tell you is they coat it in ranch sauce, and you're like, what the hell? And you're like irritated. And if you like ranch, cool. I'm not a fan, but you see my point. Like, the stuff that you forced it to bind that doesn't make any sense. And that's kind of what this movie is. One of my major issues I had with it was the main guy. His name's Alan, and he's so irritating. To the point where, I just want to punch him so hard in the face. And not from like the way he's treating her kind of way. No, he talks so condescending. Like, irritatingly condescending. How could anyone be this guy's friend? He talks down to like everybody, and yet he's also shy at the same time. You can't be shy and a cocky ass at the same time. You have to choose a lane. Basically like him going like, well, I guess that's your opinion. You're entitled to it, but it just would be nice if you accepted my feelings. Like that. You're like, How am I supposed to interpret that? And then, basically, she's kind of a control freak, but that's kind of what she plays best. It's weird. They keep telling you, oh, they're such this great couple. They're this great couple. When? I don't see any chemistry. I don't. And the heartfelt moments don't feel heartfelt. The only somewhat positive is Rachel Bloom is actually funny as being this cranky bitch, and I love it. Like, she's that cranky bitchy best friend, and it wouldn't bug me so much, but Alan's best friend is literally the token black guy, the guy who's like, hey man, you just gotta get out there, you gotta mingle. Like, oh no. It focuses a lot on the bar patrons, the people that work there, and that's the more interesting story. That should be the movie. People that work at the bar. It's overlapped by this girl who just started working there from Florida, so they start calling her Florida. Cook's kind of a crazy, like, violent person. And then the bartender, this is like his life. And, there's dynamic characters. That's the thing. There are dynamic characters, but the story doesn't focus on them. They focus on the bland people. It wasn't really funny. There was like one or two parts where I was actually like, that's funny. But the rest of it is just like, okay. All right. And, oh, here's a shock. Nowhere in the marketing. This is a Christmas movie. What the hell? And I'm not talking about like, oh, they just randomly bring up Christmas. Like, no, they repeatedly play Christmas songs. They repeatedly show decorations of Christmas. They talk about Christmas. Where is the marketing for this being a Christmas movie? That just shows the tonal whiplash of this movie. I don't know who this would be marketed to. I mean, even the people that like, teen dramas or rom-coms, which, yeah, some of them can be hit or miss, but, there is a market for it, fine. And then the people that like funny, goofy comedies wouldn't like this either. It's like, it doesn't even know what it wants to be. And then it has the gall to force you into submission to go, oh, they're adults now. Now they have to understand what it is to mutually break up. And it seems like a genuine moment of them having a heart-to-heart and finally opening up and all of this stuff and where their relationship ended and it did not earn that moment at all. We just spent an hour them bickering and we don't even know why they broke up. It's so vague, and they clearly are like so insanely infatuated with each other for, well, I have no idea. What is this? I was expecting cheese, and I didn't even get cheese. I got tofu. I got someone taking tofu and wrapping it in cellophane, and then them going, weren't those great nachos? No, I didn't get any cheese. I wanted cheese. This isn't cheese. What is this? Who is this for? Don't watch it. Don't watch Bar Fight. It's boring. It has like one or two interesting moments, but that's it. And you could probably find the clips online, to be honest with you. It is not worth your time. I give Bar Fight 1.5 out of 5. Have you seen Bar Fight? Let me know in the comments down below. Till then, I'll see you next time.